Welcome back to the teaching room for our second tip of our Christmas newsletter. This video is it's partly a tip, but it's also a recommendation on putting and finding a putter that best suits your putting stroke. So, as most of you know, putting is quite an individual art. Some of the best putters who ever lived putted very, very differently. We had, you had guys like Jack Nicklaus, who was very much hunched over with the ball way forward in his stance and the head behind the ball, crunched over like that. Then you had guys like Greg Norman, who was a very, very good putter, and Norman tended to stand much more taller and more upright. Some guys have their eyes directly over the ball. Some guys stand further away with their eyes inside the line. There's lots of different ways to do it. But one of the main myths about putting is that it gets taught is that you must have your eyes directly over the ball. And that really is not, it's simply not true. Because, well, for one example that many people will know, Aaron Baddeley, who is one of the best putters in the world. Aaron, when he sets up the ball, his eyes are actually set about 3 inches inside the line of the ball. And he's one of the best putters in the world. So to say that you must have your eyes directly over the ball is really not true. So basically what we need to do is, we need to find the position for your eyes which best suits you. Now, what I mean by that is that you need to get yourself in a position over the ball that you can clearly see the line of the putt. Now, for some people, that means they have to be back like this, like Jack Nicklaus. Other people need to stand tall. Some people need to tilt their head this way. Some people stand over, wide stance. Doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you get into a position where you can clearly best see the line of the putt. Now that's something that we can measure in a putting lesson. We've got a few tools that we can use that will find the best position for you and where you can see the line. So that's the first thing we need to work out. You know, whether you like standing away from the ball, close to the ball, etc. Once we've done that, then we can work out what putter suits your putting stroke. So somebody who stands very close to the ball, or directly with their eyes over the ball, like this, their putting stroke tends to be more of a straight back and straight through putting stroke. If somebody stands further away from the ball, like I mentioned before with Aaron, and he's more like this, he's further away, the further we stand away from the ball, the more the stroke will be a more circular stroke. Just like we would if we used a driver, the further we stand away, the more the swing needs to be on a circle. If I get very close and the club is very vertical, now I can swing with more of a straight back and straight through stroke. Neither of those two are better than the other, it's just whichever one suits you. Now, if I'm someone who stands very close to the ball, with a straight back and straight through stroke, the putter that will tend to suit me the best will be this type of putter here. So the putter that's got a big mallet head, some people will be familiar with the 2-ball putter, which is a very popular one. But putters that have got these big mallet heads and the sort of the funny sort of bend in the neck here, these putters are called face balance putters. And when we balance them, you'll see the face of the putter tends to, I can just get it to balance, about there maybe. The face stays fairly flat. Now, this type of putter suits the straight back and straight through style. So if you're someone who's got a straight back and straight through style and you're using a putter that's not one of these, you're probably not using a putter that suits you. So that's the first example. The second example is the person who stands further away. That person needs a putter where the toe of the putter hangs down. So you'll see on this putter when I balance it, the face of the putter is hanging downward Whereas that putter over there, when I do the balance, the face stays more balanced, like this. Now, when we swing on a little bit more of an arc, when we stand further away, we need a putter that opens and closes a little bit more. I won't go into the details of why, but it's just the way it is. So, if you're someone who stands further away from the ball and you're using a face balance putter, it's probably not a good match. So that's just a bit of an example of matching your putter to your stroke. So my recommendation for most of our members this summer, if you haven't had a putter fitting done before, come and see us. We can do a putter fitting with you. It might be that your putter is perfect for you, and I hope it is. But if it's not, and we find that you're using the wrong one, and we can put you into one that matches your stroke, I think you're going to find that you're going to putt a hell of a lot better. And given that putting is essentially half of the shots that you hit, it's pretty important that we get this part of the game right. So come and see us, and hopefully we can help you out with your putting. Good luck.